Okay, so guys, we're gonna talk about something that's very kind of sophisticated, but it's actually simple. I'm gonna break this down in very simple terms. We're gonna talk about some more Firebase analytics, and I'm gonna help you do this. I'm gonna discuss events and track actions. So let's go right here. And what I did is I created an app. And it's a simple app. Basically, I have a login, and it goes to an area where you can buy boxing equipment. I created a dummy, a hard-coded password username. Let's look at the code real quick, just so you can get an overall view. These are our views, and of course, I kept it simple. No MVVM, no Viper, no mediator pattern. I just wanted to keep it simple so that you guys could follow. So this is our shopping cart view. These are our array of items that are going to be on our store right here: boxing gloves, mouse guards, headgear, hand wraps. Okay. And by the way, this project I'm going to you can download it from GitHub. Yeah. And yeah. So yeah. So, and this is our view. It will display the items right here, and it'll allow you to add and remove, and then you do a checkout. Now let's discuss what a track action is and what an event is. An event is something that you're going to track in analytics, right? So with events, anything can be an event. Any type of button click, any type of page view, right? Any type of so when I log in, I can make that an event on my button. So let's go back here to our login view page. This is our login view right here. And I'm going to build this. Well, I don't have to do it. Well, I won't build it again just in case. Okay. And right here on our button, well, I didn't put a login view, but on appear, when the screen appears, I made that log screen view, right? I want to go to this function, jump to the definition. This is the function right here. And basically what it does is it logs it, and you should be able to see this in your console. Now, this is your analytics dashboard. And if you want more information about that, I have a video that talks about setting this up. And right now I just set it up, so this stuff is like still not even showing, right? I just did this morning. So but it is connected. So here's how you tell whether it's connected. Number one, your status, your version status successful. Number two, as I've covered in another video, when you go to your console and you run it, you should be able to see this right here, down here in the bottom corner. Analytics screen reporting is enabled. Okay, and how do you make sure your analytics screen reporting is enabled? Because by default, it is not. You go to your info.p list, not your Google service info, your info.p list. And then you're gonna add this, field, right? Now, of course, initially, when you try to go to it in Swift UI, you don't run into it here. You got to go here, then you go to info, right? And then you go here, you click on here, or click here, right? Add row, right? And then when I added row, I add a row Firebase automatic screen reporting. I made a type Boolean and I set it to yes. Otherwise, before it's there and it's set to yes, it's no. And your analytics screen reporting will not be enabled and you cannot get reports and this will not be successful. Okay. So you do that. And of course, I have all those steps in another video. You got to go check that video out if you want to know how to set up the analytics. Okay. In this example, I use the Swift Package Manager, and that's simple. So if you want to use Swift Package Manager, what you'll do is you'll go here, and this is your, you're gonna go here, you're gonna go to your docs, fundamentals, okay? Or no, better yet, let me go back. You're gonna go here, and you're gonna go to get started. Oh, you have to forgive me, my computer is like running slow. I'm gonna have to restart after this. Started, you know, you add project and all that other good stuff. Again, if you want the steps, you know, add your project name, right? And yeah, and instead of going to the part where you do your Cocoa Pods, you're gonna run to the package manager and they have instructions. They'll tell you, it's very simple. You're gonna take their URL, you're gonna put it, you're gonna go back here and you're gonna go into here, add packages, put the URL right here, and then it will show you the Swift Package Manager that you want to add. Then you click add packages and then it'll start working, and then it'll have a list of packages of Google of Firebase Analytics package. You're gonna pick the analytics one. There are other Firebase. There's Firebase, the other things that Firebase offers. You're just gonna stick with analytics, okay? And then you're gonna finish, and then all these dependencies will be added. Okay, really simple. Again, if you need clarification, you should watch my other video. Another thing, now that we have this added, again, you're gonna run it. When you run your project, you should be able to see analytics screening reporting is not enabled. You go to your info.plist, or when you first start, you're gonna have to go here. Select this, go to info, because you'll probably be general, probably set on general. Go to your info, go select any one of these rows, click add row, and then you're gonna add what is that? Firebase automatic screening enabled. That's what you're gonna name it. Firebase automatic screening enabled. That's where you're gonna get this. Copy this right here. Make that the name of the row. Make that row a Boolean. Set it to yes. Okay. Now, then you're gonna run it again. Okay. Another thing I want you guys to make sure that your bundle identifier is correct in your project, okay? Make sure that is correct. And make sure that it matches what's here, okay? So now I already have setup crash, not setup crash, that's a different thing. Anyway, I have this, right? Yeah. So, you should be able to go to Firebase Analytics. Sorry about the lighting, everybody. Yes, the lighting is not. Oh, give me a second, sorry. All right. Anyway, sorry the lighting was going out because the lighting is plugged into my computer and I didn't have but as you can see right here, this is actually added. I have add item and screen item and remove item. But of course, I've done it more times than that. These are the custom events that I've added. So I'm going to show you how to add custom events, right? And cut to the chase. Okay. So now this is rebuilt. I have my dummy username and password, right? And one, and I enter that. Oh man, my computer's really running, so I'm gonna have to really reboot this. And this is my shopping cart. Again, this project is available for download on GitHub. So go do that. And so I have an event that monitors when the checkout is done, and I have track actions that monitor when each item is added or removed. Again, the difference between an event and a track action is an event just covers something. A track action would be, for example, you have a shopping cart. An event would be a checkout, right? You know, a sale, right? A full sale. A track action would be the things leading up to it, right? So in this sale, are they adding boxing gloves? Are they removing boxing gloves? Are they having headgear? So people can say, when I do have sales, what was the pattern of their behavior, right? Right? They want to say, oh, this amount of hand wraps were sold when a person took the boxing gloves off the invoice, right? And they can keep track of that pattern. That's a track action, right? So, yeah. And so let's go in here and let us look at our shopping cart view. Again, this would probably be somewhere where your business logic is, right? Not in your view. I kept it in the view for the sake of simplicity and explaining. Okay. So this right here, purchase confirmed event. So this is going to be for when we purchase an item, right? So this is our item, right? It is of type ID, name, price. It's a type item. Those are the properties: ID, name, and price. And I keep track of this, right? So, and I'm going to use this every time I click the submit button. Analytics log event. This is the name. Making sure it conforms to this snake case convention. These are the parameters. The parameter is the array of things that you want to keep track of, right? In this case, with every purchase, I want to keep track of the total amount and an item list, okay? An item list and the number, the item count, right? And so in this case, the item list is going to be a comma delimited string. That's what it's going to be. All right. And this is the array of our things. This is the structure of a log event, of a custom event right here. And I call it, I'm going to call it on right here, purchase confirmed right here. Okay. So I get the list of items. And I have a function that creates a comment delimited list from those items right here. I map it, get the names, right? Then I join those names using a comma and a space. Okay, so that's how I have that, right? And now let's look at our track actions. Okay, right here, I have our track action. Every time this button removes, right? So I go here and I remove an item. I add an item, then I'll go back and remove it. And I made it like this to keep it simple, right? This is in the cart right here. All this is in the shopping cart. So I want to remove the mouth guard, right? Right there. I removed the mouth guard. Now I have the boxing gloves, right? Or I want to remove the boxing gloves. Now I have nothing. Let's put the hand wraps and headgear in there. $85, okay? This is keeping track of it right here. So every time I remove something, I'm going to put the name as a parameter here and the item. It's the item name, remove item, okay? And right here, every time I add something, right? I log the event, add item, parameters, the dictionary, item, and the value is the item name, okay? Now, if you guys kind of want more in-depth insight, or just want to really look over the code, again, you can stop it, look at this, or download the project, but this gives you an idea of how to do it. But I want you to remember something. This is very important, is that you must have this enabled. You know, I've dealt with so many situations where, and I've gone to people, I'm like, hey, why isn't my analytics keeping track? I did everything right. I did the setup right. Make sure that you added this to your info.p list and set it to yes. All right, so this is a pretty short video. I think it's a short subject, especially if you have everything else covered. And but it's very important, and I don't see any videos really covering it like this for iOS mobile developments. It can be confusing setting up analytics and Crashlytics. So many bugs can get in the way, and again, so many boot camps and so many YouTube videos do not discuss this. But yeah, on to the next.